Hey, hello everybody. How's it going? So here I am again live, and I am going to be talking about the subject matter today is Are You Living Your Dream? And as some of you may have seen on Facebook, I posted an article that I had written earlier this week, and the article is about asking the question, Are you living your dream? And the other part of it is don't let don't die with your music still in you. That was the theme that I wanted to bring forth to everybody, and not only just to everybody, but to myself as well, because that seems to be an ongoing theme for me right now in my life. And so I want to talk about it a little bit with you here today, and what that means, and what that possibly can mean for you, and how to unfold that for yourself in your life. So give you some tips, some steps on how to do that, on how to begin to do that. So here we go. So I want to talk a little bit about passion and purpose. And purpose, I think that it's easy to get caught up with purpose in terms of, like, purpose means that we actually, it's something that we're doing. And while that is purpose, what are we doing in our lives? It's also, purpose is also about ambition. It's also about determination. It's motivation. It's aspiration. It's desire. It is resolve. It's that courage and that boldness inside of us to live our life with a purpose and with purpose. So there's multiple ways of how purpose can feel for each of us in our lives. And I think that's important, because I think it's easy to get caught up, like I said, in that we have to be doing something. And while that is part of it, that is not, I don't believe that that encompasses the definition of what purpose in our life is, because there's many people out there that are, possibly even retired in their life, and they don't necessarily want to go back to work, but they want to feel that they have a purpose and a meaning in their lives. And the inspiration for this article was from Wayne Dyer, and the late Wayne Dyer, who sorry about that, a little bit of talking there in the background. It was a movie that he wrote, and the movie was called The Shift. And The Shift is about a meaning phase in our lives. Sorry about that. It has a voice as well and wants to speak up. But, okay, I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to ignore the distraction and just move forward of what I'm talking about here. And so the dog is barking at the mailman across the street. So going back to, are you living your life with purpose? Are you feeling that you have a purpose in your life? And if you don't know what that is, that's what I want to stir up a little bit today, and give you some steps on what maybe that could bring up for you. So the first thing I want to do, the first step in this process of discovering, like, are you living your dream? And if you don't know that you are, or if you feel that you're not, then one of the things that you want to look at is, the first thing you want to do is look at what you value in your life, like what's important to you in your life. So looking at your foundation, like, do you have a solid foundation right now that your life is created on? And by doing that, by looking at our values, looking at the core values, looking at what's important, and seeing, like, family is important for me in my life, connection is important for me in my life, physical activity is important for me in my life, and just naming off those things, and then seeing where you are in your life and how much, like on a scale from, let's say, 1 to 10, like, where is that being rated in your life? How much balance do you have with that? How much importance are you giving it, or are you not giving it, even though it is important to you? And then also, are you living in alignment with those values that are important to you? Because if you're not, then that's where you're going to feel like something's missing from your life. So alignment and values, those have to really be, at the forefront in our foundation for finding purpose and passion in our lives. And then the next step is, once we've established that, is breaking out of the box. Like, how do we break out of the box of our normal everyday life that we've been living? Like, how do I get to my purpose? How do I find my passion? How do I ignite my passion? Well, we break out of the box. We have to look at, like, what are our dreams? What did you dream of when you were a child? Like, we had fantasies then. And those fantasies sometimes, a lot of times, are part of what we still feel inside. And, like, maybe we won't be a big movie star, but maybe we will. But there's something about maybe being on stage that's important for someone in their life, and that they want to live that passion. And what are your desires? What do you desire? What do you want to feel more connected to? you know, what makes you feel like you're doing something with your life. Where do you feel connected? What is that desire? What's that passion? And what can I incorporate? Like I said, what can I incorporate that's new? You know, what is different? Get me out of my box. I need to do something to get me out of my box. And so the next step, another place to go with this is really looking at like what's holding you back. Because maybe you know what you want to do, but there's something holding you back, or there's someone holding you back, or there's some things holding you back, or at least that's kind of the escape, or that's the excuse that we're giving, like, oh, I can't do that because of this. And I think that if we really are honest and look deeper, that we can see that the holdback really is really ourselves, and we're using and projecting it out onto something else that's holding our back, whether it's, like I said, family, mindset, addictions, but there's some there's some type of benefit that we get by not playing a bigger game. So looking at that. And then, you know, as we go through that and look at our security systems and really even look at our personal value, our self-esteem, and, you know, do we feel confident enough that we can step out of the box and do something different and really follow that passion and follow that purpose that we feel inside. So then the next phase of this is that trying it on. Like, we get the confidence and we say, oh yeah, you know what, I think that's something that I do want to pursue. Then we try it on and see how it feels. And then just like clothing, you try it on and you find what fits, and then eventually it's like, yeah, that's my style. That's what I'm embodying. That's what I'm going to wear. That feels good. So I'm going to buy it. I'll take it. So it's a very involved process in finding and really living out our purpose. But it's also very simple if we're willing to step into it and be honest with ourselves and say, you know what? I can't do the status quo. I'm just not happy with what's going on right now. I just need to do something different. I need something deeper and more meaningful in my life. And it doesn't mean you're going to go out and, you know, take on a whole new career. And for some of us, it is. For some of us, it's just finding that thing that gives us that reason to wake up in the morning and gives us that sense of, I am being useful, I'm being purposeful in this life. And I think that right there is the key, is we want to definitely feel that, you know, us being here in this life was for a reason. So think about what I said, see if it sparks any type of desire in you to have a conversation. I'd love to have a conversation with you about it, help you get more centered and clear of what your desires, your passions, and what you feel your purpose is in this life, and getting reconnected with that, because I think that we come in with more clarity. Even though we're young, I think we come in with a sense of clarity, and we lose it through all of the you know, cultural pressures and family pressures and guilt and all that other stuff that gets in our way. So with that, you know how to contact me. You can message me live on you can message me on Facebook, and like I said, I would love to even go over some of the astrological cycles that are happening, because using astrology is also a phenomenal tool for really getting the themes and cycles that are currently being present in your life, and that in itself is a blueprint for what I'm talking about, of really getting into the nitty-gritty of you know, purpose and why you're here, why we're all here. So thanks for listening in, and enjoy this great day. Okay, take care. Bye-bye. Namaste.